Hello everybody, welcome to the first of either many or one tier list on this channel. This idea came from a stream not too long ago where I was inspired by a Dragon Ball Z animation that I saw where somebody summoned Hank Hill to defeat Cell. So I was wondering, if Hank Hill was a summon from a Final Fantasy game, which element would he represent? So we had a little bit of an argument on Twitch and then in the Discord. So I decided, at the behest of Mr. Hatter, that why not make a definitive tier list with a bunch of random cartoon and entertainment characters. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take every one of these characters down here. I got 32 of them. So I think to start off, we might as well go ahead and deal with Mr. Hank Hill here. And my initial thought was, since Hank Hill deals with propane and propane accessories, I put him in fire because propane creates fire. But the reason we had an argument about this is because Hank Hill deals with propane and propane accessories, and propane is a fossil fuel that comes from the earth. So, you know, I think I'm inclined to agree with that methodology. Hank Hill does not himself create fire, he uses the earth to create fire. So if he's going to be anything, it's going to be earth. However, there's going to be a high amount of synergy between Hank Hill and fire. So you want to use Hank Hill and some fire summon together. Next, we have Arthur the Aardvark. Where do we put Arthur the Aardvark? I'll be honest, I haven't watched much of Arthur in my childhood. So he's a kid's show. But I don't know, kids have a lot of energy, and they're very malleable. But Arthur's a good kid, right? Like I said, I haven't watched any Arthur growing up. So I don't know, let's put him in wind. Maybe I'm just tempted by the green background, but I feel like Arthur is a nice little wind character. Next, we have Banjo from Banjo and Kazooie, and I think I'm inclined to just dump him right in Earth. He's a bear, he's very sturdy, he's and he can carry around a bird. And since we have Banjo, we might as well dump Kazooie right there on wind. It's, you know, it just makes sense. Next, we have Bender, who he belches fire whenever he drinks beer, right? Bender from Futurama, you know Bender. But he belches fire whenever he drinks beer. But I don't think that a robot can necessarily be a fire based summon. But look, Hank Hill could put some propane tanks inside Bender to create a nasty combination if Bender was fire type. He's a robot, so maybe electricity, but the robots of Futurama don't really seem inherently electrical. Putting him in Holy would be a fun meme, but I think I want to put him in Gravity. By the way, these elements are taken from the Final Fantasy VII element list, so that's worth keeping in mind. Next, we have Bob Ross. And I think I want to put Bob Ross in water. We could also probably put him in holy. You know what? He's holy, but he's also maybe a little bit water, but maybe mainly holy. Not because he's like a priest or anything, but just because he brings those good vibes. If you don't know Bob Ross, he's the happy little tree guy, the happy little accident, the painter that everybody loves.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Water would be good because you need lots of water for painting, just for washing off your brush and all that. And if you're water painting, you know, it's pretty obvious. But I think Holy is a good spot for Mr. Bob Ross. All right, next we have Butters from South Park. He goes, "Aw, hamburgers."
Hamburgers.
Lightning? No, it's hard to know where to put Butters. Let's see. I don't know. I think Butters, he gets roped into a lot of schemes. And he just kind of ends up where he ends up, like water does. He just kind of goes with the flow, you know? One day he's a meme lord, the next day he's in a Game of Thrones reenactment. He just kind of does whatever his friends want. And he even gets into his own shenanigans that his friends aren't even aware of. So I think water, he just kind of goes where the world takes him. Next we have Clifford the Big Red Dog. Sorry, his eyes are cut off. I think it's fairly obvious that Clifford the Big Red Dog is a fire type. That's easy. Next we have Master Chief, who just the sheer force of him, he is definitely gravity type. He's a big personality. He shoots lots of guns, so therefore he's a gravity type. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know where to put Master Chief. He shoots guns. He doesn't have anything to do with elements. We never even see his face. But you know what? Since he has something to do with space, he's always flying around, going to different places, and has a ship, and he kind of depends on gravity to do his... No, this is Doom Guy. I'm a dumbass. This is Master Chief. Doom Guy is totally fire type. Master Chief, we'll put him in gravity. Master Chief's head is cut off too. But Doom Guy, fire type. Because he fires guns. I guess Master Chief fires guns too. But Doom Guy, if he's going to be any element, it's going to be fire. Next we have generic Fortnite Man. Why did I put this guy in the list? There's nothing I can get from him. He's generic Fortnite Man. What does Fortnite do? Fortnite people take... they take a pickaxe and destroy the world. So to have the power to destroy the world, put him in Earth. That makes sense. He can destroy trees with the power of a single axe. He can bring down walls of a house, make it float. It is good. Next we have Goku. Also there's a picture of Vegeta behind him. But we have Goku. Let's put him in lightning type. I think wind could be a decent element, especially since he used to ride that flying Nimbus. But I think lightning is probably a good element for Goku, because Goku is fast. Goku shoots energy beams. What is an energy beam in real life? Lightning. Although it could also be plasma in the form of fire, or you could hyper focus a stream of water, or you could hyper focus a stream of wind for energy beams. I don't know, lightning seems good. Alright, now, Gordon Ramsay. Not a fictional character, but a mythological character nonetheless. He goes in poison type. No, that's not. That's not where he goes. Where does Gordon Ramsay go, though? You know, Gordon Ramsay does wear that white kitchen coat, which kind of seems holy. And he really wants to treat food with respect, the respect that it deserves. He wants you to be kind to the food, prepare it well so people can enjoy it. He's a wholly benevolent figure in the world of food. And the people whom he smites for good reason, because they sinned against the food. So he goes under holy. Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight, where do we put... He's not the Hollow Knight, he's the knight from Hollow Knight. But where do we put him? What does he represent? He represents shadow, so gravity might be the closest thing we have to shadow. He doesn't dig through the earth. He doesn't really do anything with fire, water, or wind. Ice, lightning, poison. I think gravity is the way to go with him. Homer Simpson? You know, we'll put him in poison. Homer Simpson just kind of poisons everything he touches. No! You know what I'm saying. He starred in the show The Simpsons, and then eventually poisoned that. Now it's not a good show anymore. But he gets in all these antics, and the places that he usually interacts with tend to be worse off. So just stick him in poison, why not? Isaac from The Binding of Isaac. He's definitely going to be water type. He's shooting those tears around. James from James and the Giant Peach. That's who that is. I think wind is probably the way to go here, because in James and the Giant Peach, they fly a giant peach as if it was a hot air balloon or something like that. I haven't actually seen the movie or heard the story in a long time, but I think wind is probably the way to go for that. Next we have Llama Kuzco. If we had human Kuzco, he would definitely be poisoned for the same reasons that Homer Simpson is poisoned. But we have Llama Kuzco, who, based on his expression, is like pre-character transformation. This is from Emperor's New Groove, by the way. So he's like cold to everyone, and because he's cold to everyone, that's why he gets cursed into a llama, and then he learns his lesson. Like, I know there's other narrative reasons why he gets turned into a llama, but for character growth reasons, he was cursed to turn into a llama so he could change his ways, and it works out. So we'll put him in ice, because look how cold he looks. So dismissive. Next we have Major Armstrong from the Full Metal Alchemist. Specifically shirtless one with his gloves. And now that I'm looking at his gloves, I remember he used those gloves to manipulate the earth. So we'll put him under earth. He's sturdy, he's strong, he's basically Banjo, but in human form. He's gunning all over the place. We're making good progress here. We're making pretty good progress here. And look, we have one person in every element. Not quite what I expected. Next, we have Mario. He's definitely a fire type because he shoots those fireballs. I'm thinking mostly in Super Smash Brothers. He jumps a lot, which might give him some wind properties, but I'm thinking fire is where you want to put Mr. Mario. Next, we have Matilda from the movie and Roald Dahl book, Matilda. One of my favorite movies of all time, and I think I want to put her in wind because actually, no, she goes in gravity because her power is telekinesis. She can manipulate objects with her mind to make them float around and do whatever she wants. She's manipulating the gravity of objects. She is very obviously gravity. Let's go. Minecraft Steve. Definitely goes in Earth. That one's kind of a no-brainer. Next, we have Ronald McDonald. Where does Ronald McDonald go? Does he go in ice because all of his food is frozen? No, that could be a good spot for him. We'll put him in poison because you shouldn't eat McDonald's. Don't eat McDonald's. Shovel Knight, we'll put him in Earth. Easy. Same as Aaron. I think I'm comfortable putting her in lightning for similar reasons to Goku and for similar reasons to why I almost put Bender in lightning. Her suit maybe doesn't have a lot of electricity properties, but her helmet, it's powered like she's a power suit. I mean, she's also sturdy like a bear, but so is Goku. I mean, they shoot energy beams. She shoots energy beams, and she's got a powered Look, I hope you didn't come here for intense justification. No, wait, that's all I'm doing is I'm justifying all of my choices. I hope you guys are yelling at the screen. No, Butters belongs in lightning. All right, next we have Shaggy from the Scooby-Doo series. Now, Shaggy has seen a lot of canonical growth over the last few years, especially with the introduction of Ultra Instinct Shaggy. So I think we might want to put him in Holy. Although, by that logic, Goku should go in Holy too, but I don't think that's correct. So, no, Shaggy should not go in Holy. I think I'm comfortable putting Shaggy in Wind, because even though he is Ultra Instinct now, he is a coward, and he runs like the wind whenever something spooks him. So I think that makes sense. We'll put Shaggy in Wind. Next we have Slenderman. I wish we had a shadow element. I really don't know what Slenderman's powers are, and I'm tempted to put him in Gravity because that's the closest thing to Shadow. Same with Hollow Knight, but he's got those tentacles and he's got no face. I don't know, maybe we put these guys in Holy instead of Gravity because Gravity is something completely different. Like Holy and like anti-holy is kind of what this is. Next we have SpongeBob Me Bob. He's definitely going in water. Spyro, definitely going in fire. Thomas the Tank Engine, huh? Where does Thomas the Tank Engine go? He's a train, which doesn't necessarily run on electricity, but it could probably run on fire. Yeah, let's say, does Thomas, let's Google this. Hold on. Does Thomas the Tank Engine run on coal? The engine carried a small amount of coal behind the cab and perhaps 1,500 gallons of water in its tanks. A tank engine is therefore self-contained and does not need the coal/water cart. The other engines in the series are normal steam engines, pulling separate coal/water cars. Small amount of coal and 1,500 gallons of water. I didn't know people actually bothered to do this research. It seems like tank engines use both water and coal, which, I mean, I think all things that use coal also use water at some level. But then that begs the question. Thomas the Tank Engine runs using earth materials, but by burning the earth materials, it also needs the water. But by using all of these elements, it allows him to move, like the wind. That's my logic, and I'm sticking to it, boy. Next we have, I know it's hard to tell, but this is the Merchant from Resident Evil 4. He says, "What are you buying?
What are you buying?
What are you selling?
What are you selling?
That all, stranger?"
Is that all, stranger?
So where do we put him? He could be kind of poison type, but no, he sells you lots of good stuff. He doesn't really poison you or anything. He could be a holy type. I think that's probably a good place to put him. But then again, he has so many weapons and stuff on him that I'm not sure how he's not creating his own little gravity well, but he's not canonically creating his own gravity well. Look, this guy, you love seeing him every time you're playing Resident Evil 4. You go around a corner, you see this guy with his long coat and his hooded face, and you're like, oh, finally, a place to rest and buy some stuff and sell all my stuff. all of my treasures, and I can finally improve myself and my lot in this in this place. And then finally, we have Wheatley from Portal 2. It's been too long since I played Portal 2. I remember this guy. He was your confidant at the beginning. He was helping you go around and go against Gladys, and then at the end, he decides to betray you, if I remember correctly. He's also blue. His eye is blue, so I could put him underwater, but I want to put him under ice, because to betray me like that, you gotta be cold, man. And metal holds cold very, very well. Like, if you want ice, you kind of want to put it in a metal thermos. I think that's logical. I think that makes a lot of sense. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, here is your fictional characters turned into Final Fantasy summons tier list. They're not numbered tiers, they're different kind of tiers. They're the tiers that I taste every single night as I cry myself to sleep. You know, specifically the earth tiers and the lightning tiers. Got a lot. Those are my favorite ones. They taste just kind of spicy and gritty at the same time. That's it for this video. That's it for this tier list. If you can do me a favor and summon your mouse to click on that like button, I would greatly appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Make sure you leave your arguments in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.